Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the channel. As you can see from the title, we are cooking Nshima once again because we can, and it is Friday. You know the vibes, good times and food times. That didn't make sense, but let's just go with it. For some reason, my Nshima tutorial video, which I made I think last year, is the most viewed video on my channel. I think it's got like 4,000 views right now. You know. Either a lot of people don't know how to cook Nshima or they just like food. Either way, thank you so much. If you watched that video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Yeah, so today we are cooking Nshima but with cassava meal. Now, cassava meal comes from cassava. Basically, they dry the cassava and then grind it into a powder, which people use to cook Nshima with. I know a lot of other countries also use cassava. I think in my previous video, I did talk about a few variations of Nshima throughout Africa. I think in Ghana is where they had, I've forgotten the name, but it's they use cassava to make it. I've never cooked it before. My mom's cooked it for me before, but I have not cooked it. So I thought it would be fun for you guys to watch me cook it for the first time. So yeah, guys, let's get cooking.
Okay, enough of that. You will need a pot, a wooden cooking stick, the mealie meal and cassava mixture, and some hot water. So this is the mealie meal and cassava mixture. Unfortunately, my mom had already mixed it before I could show you the cassava on its own. But yeah, it's pretty normal. I think I do have some cassava, like actual cassava, dried cassava, that I'm going to show you shortly. This is the dried cassava. It's really hard. I think it's been dehydrated and dried, so it becomes really hard. It's not like your standard cassava from the ground. No, it's actually quite hard, and you have to soak it to use it. Anyway, this is ground into a very fine powder. It's got a very like light and powdery feeling or texture, and like almost like corn flour. Yeah, that's the best description. So it's very, very light. Yeah. All right, let's get cooking. So just like the other Nshima video, the how to cook Nshima tutorial, I mixed the mealie meal mixture with some cold water in a pot to make a paste. There is the paste. So I kind of messed it up because I kept adding flour because I don't know, I think it's the cassava. It's not very, it doesn't become very thick, or I don't know, but anyway, you see what's going to happen. But this is actually quite thick. I think the cassava has got a very thick consistency. I don't know. Anyway, I'm now putting the hot water in the paste, just like I did before. Please excuse the position. I should have stood on the other side so you guys could see. But yeah, basically just put the hot water. So as I was mixing, I quickly realized that this was too thick. Like, it was really thick. And if your mixture is way too thick, it's a problem. So I took some out, I spilled some, and then added some cold water to make it thinner. But it got really thin. But anyway, we're doing this for the first time, all right? Yeah. Anyway, after that, I put a lid on it and I let it simmer for a while, maybe about 5 to 6 minutes. Unfortunately, disaster just had to strike and the mixture just spilled out because it was too watery or too thin, as the chefs call it. Anyway, if this ever happens to you, all you have to do is get some mealie meal and add some cold water to it and make a thick paste that you can add to the your mixture to make it thicker. This actually really helps, but don't put too much because then that would be another problem. Oh, you guys, Nshima, cooking Nshima it can be complicated if you're starting out or if you haven't used different ingredients before. But anyway, yeah, so let's let this simmer for a bit and take a dance break. That's actually made me really tired. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm the voiceover. I can't feel anything. Anyway, this is what it's looking like after some minutes. I did not count, I'm sorry. But it's quite thin. I don't know if this is the cassava or not. Anyway, step 2, we are adding the mealie meal, and as you can see, I'm making a mess as usual. Cooking Nshima can be very messy, so don't feel bad. It happens. But yeah, adding the Nshima and cooking very cautiously. Even though I've made such a mess, I was still trying to be so cautious about it. But yeah, you do want to be careful during this step because, like I've said before, it can actually be quite dangerous because the bubbles just fly, and I actually got burned on my eye. I think I mentioned this in my previous video. But yeah, keep adding until it's a nice thick consistency. Maybe not as thick as dough, but thick enough. The thing again is that people are different. I prefer a nice soft Nshima, but others like it really harder than this, so it just depends. Anyway, now going to put in some muscle and mix. Okay, you want everything to come together and all those little bubbles or balls to be broken down. It didn't really happen much here because I think this cassava meal was really messing with me, you guys. Like, I've never struggled so much to cook Nshima. Well, that's a lie. I did struggle in the beginning of my Nshima career. Yes, it's now a career because I have to cook every day. Anyway, yeah, so you're going to mix it up and put some muscle. Yeah, that's my face showing that I'm putting in a lot of muscle. I'm pretty much buff by now, just to let you guys know. Yeah, anyway, mix it up until it is nice and thick. Alright, so that is what it is looking like. I'm trying so hard to get rid of those little ball things, but it wasn't really working. But that's what it looks like. Slightly different from the normal Nshima. It's got a, I don't know what look that is. Anyway, put a lid on and leave it to simmer. Alright, it's done simmering. And this is what it looks like. Like I've said before, you know your Nshima is ready when it has little like streaks in it, like little tiny holes. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but you know what it looks like. And even the smell sometimes can tell you what it looks like. Please excuse the stove. There was a lot of cooking going on and it was just a whole mess. But that's what you want it to look like. Alright friends, the final step, the moment you've been waiting for. It is time to serve. I have my serving spoon in some water. This just allows the Nshima not to stick to the spoon. Anyway, I'm going to give myself a nice medium lump of Nshima. I don't know, you guys who take 3 or 4, you can do what you want, but that's me. And this is pretty much what it looks like in the end.
Alright guys, so it's now time for a taste test. I've got my food here. I'm using my left hand to hold the camera, so, and I keep looking inside the camera is here. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't had this properly in a while, like, but it's never been my favorite. I'd rather have the normal Nshima, but like cassava with Nshima, not my favorite, only because it's got this like tangy, sour-ish taste, which is how cassava tastes. But yeah, let's try it first without anything on its own. Camera is here. Why do I keep? I'm so used to it being beside. It's here. So yeah. Okay, because of not mixing it completely, like I didn't use cassava alone. It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. But let me try it now with the relish and everything. So I've got beans here, I've got veggies, and I've got some gravy. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, so let's try with the vegetables. Welcome to my mukbang. Let me put it here so you guys can see. Yeah, so it's not bad. If you do it on its own, you definitely taste the cassava. But I think I prefer it like this because it's not too tangy. So yeah. And that is it. Simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and share it with someone who would like to learn how to cook it. Even though like the struggle was real for me. Yeah, definitely we'll do it better next time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.